Pudge, what time is it?
It's time for the Chubby Guys podcast.
Woo!
I was going to ask you, what's going on in the car sales world right now?
Oh man, that's a loaded question. So
yeah, because dude, vehicles are outrageous.
So 10 years in the business, lots of change, man. We've seen a lot of ups and downs that came in the market. Back in 2012 when inventory was low, coming out of the recession from 2008. Inventories were still tight. Ran through that. Last several years, the inventories. Giving you an example, in Toyota we used to carry about 120 to 130 new in stock at any given time. All year last year, 2021, I didn't have any more than 7 new vehicles in stock at any given time. Yeah. And starting September 2020, I started with 17. So that was the lowest count that I started with beginning in 2020. So the way everything has gone now is...
So they forced your sales down.
Well, here's the deal. Sales haven't really decreased a whole lot, believe it or not. It's kind of a scenario with where the manufacturers have had some struggles with supply. They've had struggles with, obviously, the semiconductors and things like that. We're starting to feel more of an impact from it now. However, beforehand, what we ran into is that the demand was so high that the inventory couldn't hit ground and stay in stock before it was sold. So, being in a market that was that hot, even though we were in a COVID scenario, is that, Toyota at one point, just using them as a reference, but it's kind of for everybody, Honda, Ford, Nissan alike, and so forth and so on. But it was a scenario in which they were producing more vehicles than they ever produced in history. The problem is they couldn't get them fast enough. They couldn't get them out. So the volume levels stayed about the same. Which, we're very thankful for. But in the way in which you bought a car completely changed. So you used to come to the dealership, you used to haggle, you used to negotiate, right? You used to meet me and so forth and so on, shake hands, meet faces, shake babies, things like that. Yeah. There's been many times of that. There's been people, in and out of the showroom sometimes, But
it may ever just walk off. I did this, and then just tried to play hard to get and go back.
Oh yeah, there's people that like to be chased. You know what I mean? And then there's other people. You know what I mean? You just got to get them out.
I bet a guy. You've been doing this 10 years. I bet just as many car salesman stories been told about you. You've got to tell about people at this point.
Oh, so it's always the opposite, right? It's like the guys selling the cars are the bad guys. In reality, the customer, man. Not to be mean to anybody, because we've got a lot of really, really nice customers and people that have done a ton of business.
Was deal with Eddie? Was he a prick?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's tough, man. It's definitely a mutual relationship when you sell.
Hey, Chubbies, is your driveway and yard just an absolute mud hole from this spring and winter? Hey, we got just the guy to call. Call Brian Dulaney Excavating at 740-418-6994. He can haul your gravel. He can put in drains. The man can do it all. He's an absolute machine. Give him a call today.
A car, you know what I'm saying? So,
I bet there's some of those older people that just...
Oh, they know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't tell them nothing.
Yeah. Where they think they're going to Jew you down a little bit.
I'll tell you how I'm going to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here we go.
And they don't realize you can't.
Yeah. Not at this point. So, going back to just a few seconds ago, it's changed in the manner of everything that we have incoming. So I'll give you a scenario right now. I think I've got 51 cars total that are in what we call allocation and in freight. I only have 1 new car on ground. I've been sold out probably 7 times this year. I haven't had more than 3 cars in stock at any given time. Out of those 51 cars that are inbound, they're all sold already, except for 9. Already deposited, negotiated, trades, waiting for vehicles to come. Some people have been waiting for 2 and 3 months. Once the truck comes in, those folks get a phone call. Hey, congratulations, your car's arrived. We run it through what we call PDI or pre-delivery inspection. Those folks come pick it up the same day or next day. They're gone. So there's no car left on ground. The next portion of it is that I run an Excel spreadsheet right next to it. And on that Excel spreadsheet, I have 48 deposits on folks that are looking for inventory that they can't find at any dealership that have put their name on a list just to be in line with a deposit with their name on it saying, hey, I want
So we may never get caught up in this.
It's going to be tight, man. I mean, right now
what will get us caught up out of this?
I don't know if they necessarily want it caught up, to be honest with you, at this point. When you go from a position...
Increase in Tesla?
Yeah, electric vehicles are going to be a big push, for the future. These manufacturers obviously are seeing a profitability as far as the lines increase. They're not offering as much manufacturer incentive cash. There's a lot that's going on the backside too, on the financial stuff that's changed. But from that standpoint, I don't know if they ever want to get the levels, back to where they were. They want to get it back to some normalcy, but it's been tough, man. I mean, the only thing that's going to slow it down, obviously, is the demand, and that's going to take a market, slowdown, which we may see here in the next few months.
Well, demand would have to be shrinking on that to an extent. I mean, what can't you do from your living room anymore?
Test drive a car.
Well,
other than that,
but a lot of people are just,
you mean in general? Yeah,
in general. I mean, even in downtown, rural Ohio, the idea is that, you can walk everywhere. Do you really need a car? And I could see that increasing over time a little bit. I'm not enough to for every one person that's doing that, somebody's needing a car.
Yeah, the other side of that too is that as we've continued to move down the line, we've also seen a regression, in my opinion, anyways, in customer satisfaction. And I don't know if you guys see it or not, but you go to a restaurant, you go to a dealership, you go anywhere, and a lot of times the amount of talent that you find within inside of these places, you typically don't get taken care of all that well, right? So the thing is what do? You go, okay, well, I don't want to go there anymore. How can I find it online? So what do? Everybody gravitates back to, okay, I can buy it from here, I can buy it from there, whatever. I don't want to go mess with anybody at
Sure. Here's what I'll give for it. That's my payment. Send it.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with Big Sandy's or Best Buy at the time. H.H. Gregg or go to this restaurant or do this or that. You go to the places you frequent because you get good service, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with the car business, and the more bad exposure that happens with less talent, the more people that go, hey, how can I buy this thing or do the majority of it from the comfort of my couch, and not go waste my time and deal with some, that don't know what they're doing. So it's definitely changing, that's for sure.
Tyler would be the worst customer. I bet you're a haggler.
Hey,
listen, I know Tyler's a haggler.
Listen, when I bought my car, we were at the dealership for 12 hours before I left.
Are you serious?
12 hours.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
12 hours.
Should be ashamed of yourself.
You should be ashamed.
Sir,
he's still cutting his grass too.
Yeah,
Well,
sir, I'm going to need you to clock in, all right?
You shouldn't spend that much time in that area right there.
Hey, you know what?
That's
what
waste of life.
You know what it was all over?
What?
A full tank of gas before I left.
Are you serious, Tyler Gillum?
That's right.
Oh man, he's that guy. I knew he would be.
So here's the deal, man. Anything in the
He's got
future,
the cheapest insurance in Ohio.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He knows somebody that knows somebody, But you come to me, man, in the future. We'll make sure we get you not only a cleanup, but a full tank of gas. How's that?
Oh, he'll hold you to it. You've got it. Hey, you got him right there. You got him. He's there. Yeah. Man, well, I was just wondering. I mean, there seems to be trucks are just. I was thinking about that today. I thought, man, I'm I'm due for a new truck.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So real quick, I'll kind of give you a little bit of a lay down on kind of how things are. So pre-owned market's still insanely high. So if you got a pre-owned car, right, the market's increased about 30%, starting to taper down a little bit. So we're seeing things reduce a little, but. The name of the game is if you can get yourself, from the pre-owned into the new car, that's the answer, because the pre-owned truck market and SUV market is very similar to with what you're going to be, buying a new car for. So, I mean, in the scenario where you don't have to replace it, like you haven't been in an accident and there's nothing in stock or, things like that, and you got some time, best thing is to be proactive, get yourself out there, start looking at it, get assessment, on the vehicle, start looking at the new car. The other side of it is obviously you're going to get an offset in taxes. So if you're trading, pre-owned towards new, you pay taxes on the difference in the state of Ohio. Or if you go, pre-owned to pre-owned, you're paying a full tax balance. So, you got $45,000 on taxes, or your car's worth 20 and you're paying $45,000 on the new, you got $25,000 in taxes. So
yes, take your money, use it wisely.
Yeah, and with the prices being so close in similarities.
So say that again. So you're paying taxes. So if you take a $25,000, let's say you have a used vehicle worth $25,000.
Yeah,
and you go trade it in on a new one, you pay the taxes on the difference. So
correct.
You're going to have. So if that vehicle's $50,000, you're going to pay $25,000 tax.
That is correct.
Where if you go pay that tax on a used one and you trade used to used and it's a $25,000 vehicle, you pay it on 50.
You pay it on the total. Yep, you pay it on the total. Yep. So you don't pay it on the
I
difference.
didn't know that.
Yeah. So the question becomes at that point, depending on what you're looking at, say if
There's a lot of money involved in that.
Well, not only that, but there's a couple other offsets. So again, I'm not telling you not to buy pre-owned, but when you look at the scenario where it's so close nowadays with a tax, offset, like maybe the car's $3 or $4 grand difference, but you save $2,500 in taxes, right? So now you're getting close to maybe $1,500 or $2 grand difference.
Yep.
Maybe it's got 50 or 60,000 miles on it. It's a 2018 or 19, right? You get yourself into a brand new car. What do you get? You get 3 years, 36,000 mile bumper to bumper, 5 years, 60. In the certain cases, like with Toyota, you get 2 years and 25,000 of Toyota Care, right?
Yeah.
So you got free complimentary maintenance and services, right? And, with us at Norse, we do a complimentary lifetime warranty. So we cover the engine, transmission, and drivetrain for unlimited miles and time nationwide service. So all those things are going to be rolled up in a package. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth, $2 grand or $1,500 or $3
That's a
grand
legit question. That's not you're not being a car salesman right now.
No, not at all.
That's a legit question.
Yes, being 100% transparent.
So let's just take like a 2018. I know this scenario is going on right now. You take a 2018 Chevy 2500 Duramax.
Yeah.
Okay, that's worth $65,000.
Yep,
okay?
big money truck. Yep.
And then let's say you go in and you trade it on a brand new one that's $90,000. Okay, you're only going to pay taxes on 30.
That is correct.
Well, if you take that same used one and you just jump it up to a 2021 that's got 30,000 miles, you've paid taxes. Let's just say it's $85,000, $90,000. Well, then you're going to pay taxes on $85,000. $85. That's a lot of money.
Nailed it on the head, man. Yep, drilled it in. Yep.
So what would the tax be on a $90,000 car?
Well, you got 1.075%. So if we break out the old handy-dandy calculator
So if
here.
you bought a new truck on $90,000.
So here's the difference. So 90,000 times 1.0725% is 96,525. So you got 65.25 in sales tax.
$6,525. So almost 7% or whatever, 7.25% of that total value of that truck.
Yeah. So here's the difference. So now in the same scenario that you just spoke about, right? You traded on a new, you only have $2,175 in sales tax. So you just got $4 grand, $4,500. So now the question becomes: do you buy the new or the pre-owned? The trick is finding the new. Well, that's the trick.
But that's
right now.
a lot of your. I mean, that's a lot of your money down, or a lot of your equity money.
Oh yeah.
I mean. That's 5%.
It's a perk of continuing to buy new inventory, that the state has in place, which is really, really nice. A lot of people don't know it. Either that or dealership won't tell you. Again, this goes back to the customer service portion of everything.
Learn how to read an invoice if I'm a customer.
Yeah.
It'll tell you.
Yep.
That invoice will tell you. Huh. Yeah, well, go see. I was just wondering what was going on in the car market because I know that's a hot topic right now, man. That's hot, and man, just car stuff's just crazy right now.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, and in this type of market too, it helps tremendously to know people, with inside the industry, just like anything else, because you're going to be able to get a straight shot and understanding of the direction and which way to go and what's going to best fit for you. The scenario we just spoke about might not be the best fit for somebody else, depending on the scenario. Because there are still vehicles, makes and models and things that are out there that are, less expensive than what you're going to buy, say, a new Honda or Toyota or something like that for. And, those things are going to come into play. So everyone's going to be, uniquely their own. So, it's important to go that way.
Well, go look him up. Where can they find you on a car deal?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm at Norse.
Where at?
I run,
yeah,
Toyota.
Where
Come
is
on
that?
in Norse Toyota.
It's on Bridge Street.
It's right off of Bridge Street, yep.
Is that the one right beside Kohl's?
It is.
Okay, so that's where you're at.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, as soon as you come through the arch, second building on the right.
All right, so go look him up. Yep. Check out part 1 and part 2. So we'll do 3 of them. Anything else we need to tell them, Tyler?
We'll tag all of his links in the description.
Tag all of his links. Go if you want some new apparel. Go to hillsbeforethehustle.com. So
that's right.
That's all I got. Thank you, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks,
Cheers.
guys. Appreciate you.
See?
Thanks so much.